Hello students, let us start our new session with the new chapter, chapter number 9, Ray Optics and Optical Instrument. As human eye is sensitive to the light signal, our eye can see the light signal. That light signal is available in electromagnetic wave in a smaller range that we have studied in last lecture, and that is a visible range in an electromagnetic spectrum, which is having a wavelength 400 nanometer to 750 nanometer. So the signal, the EM wave, which is visible through our eye and which is lying in that particular wavelength range, that signal is known as light. This light signal can propagating through the air with the highest speed, and this light signal is defining that moving in a straight line. But here the speed of the light that is available around 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, and in the vacuum which is defined as highest speed. As the intuition is there, the light is traveling into the straight line, but that is a contradict with the EM wave, that the EM wave of the wavelength belonging into the visible spectrum, that signal can flow in a different way also. But here, as we consider that light signal having a very less wavelength, so that is small size of object that encounter that appear as a straight line. So here we consider that while this light signal is traveling from one point to another point, it is taking a straight line path. So the path through which the light wave is traveling, that is known as a ray of light, and the bundle of such rays, it is known as beam of light. As the light signal can propagate through a number of ways: reflection, refraction, diffraction. Here, as we are trying to understand the refraction, the way of propagation, that is one of the technique through which the wave can propagate. So if the beam of light is available which is propagating through the air, in between any transparent medium come across, and a part of light, it is flowing, it is moving towards that surface, then a part of light gets reflected back into the same medium. That is known as a reflection. And some part of the medium which will enter in other medium, other part of the medium, that is known as refraction. I repeat, when a beam light encounters another transparent medium, then a part of light gets reflected back into the same first medium, while the rest enters into the other medium. That ray of light represents in a form of beam. So, the direction of propagation of an incident ray of light that enters into the other medium, which change at the interface of the two medium. This is known as refraction of light. Here, Snell's experiment and gives you two laws of refraction. First, the incident ray, the refracted ray, and normal to the interface at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. Second, the ratio of sine of angle of incident, which is noted as I, to the sine of angle of refraction, that is R, is constant. So sine I divided by sine R, it should be constant. These two criteria is given by the Snell's experiment. And that's constant, as you can see in the equation, sine I by sine R is noted as N2R. N is the refractive index. 2,1 in the suffix noted that the refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium. And this equation is known as Snell's law of refraction. N21 is a characteristic of pair of medium and it is independent of the angle of incidence. If N21 is greater than 1 and angle of refraction R is less than angle of incident I, then the refracted ray bends towards the normal, as you can see in the diagram at the left side. So medium 2 is said to be optically denser than medium 1. And if, second case we are taking, that if N21 is less than 1, then R, that is the angle of refraction, is greater than angle of incidence, then the refracted ray bends away from the normal. And in this case, we can say that the ray is when the ray incident in a denser medium and refracts into the rarer medium. There is a difference between optically denser medium and a mass density. Optical density, it means it gives you the ratio of speed of light in two mediums. And mass density, that is based on the mass of the object within that given area. For example, we are taking that mass density of turpentine is less than the water, but optical density of the turpentine is higher than water. Here, if N21 is the refractive index of medium 2 with respect to 1 and N12 is the refractive index of medium 1 with respect to 2, then we can say that N21 equal to 1 by N12. Other way, N12 equal to 1 upon N21. And if we consider that third medium is also come across, just like if a rectangular slab is there, so light ray is propagating from air to glass medium. That is a one layer is there from air to glass slab, and from the glass slab while the wave is propagating from the other end of the slab, now ray is propagating from glass slab to air. So there is a two levels are there from which the refraction is possible. So first medium is air, second medium is glass, third medium is air again. So there is a surface between air to glass, that is N1 for air, N2 for glass. Now N2 for glass, then N3 for air again. And while the signal is propagating from glass to air, then the angle may different or not, that we are going to observe. So for that, first if we consider that the N32 is a refractive index of medium 3 with respect to 2, then we can write N32 equals to N31 into N12. And N31 is refractive index of medium 3 with respect to 1. That the same example which we have discussed, you can observe from the first diagram, that signal is incident from the air towards the glass slab, and while that signal is propagating through the glass, then it will be again refracted into the air. So from that diagram we can observe that R2 equal to I1. That is, a ray is propagating from glass slab to air, whatever the angle is, contact angle is available, and the incident angle from air to glass, these both angles are same. There is no deviation, but it suffers from displacement or shift with respect to the incident ray. Both levels are not straight, they differ from their shifting property, but angle is same. Another observation we can do from the tank which is filled with the water, and while we are focusing onto the filled tank, then it appears to be raised. So the height is reduced. It is appeared like this. That is based on from which angle we are viewing that particular level. If viewing near the normal direction from the straight path, then it can be shown that apparent depth, means the illusion depth h1 is real depth h2 divided by refractive index of the medium of the water. Another example we can see that the sun that is visible little before the actual sunrise and until a little after the actual sunset due to the refraction of the light through the atmosphere. But actual sunrise, we mean the actual crossing the horizon of the sun. That we can see from the earth that horizon defines as a straight line, and while the sun is moving from that horizon, that gives you the actual sunrise. But here the sunrise can observe before some time of the actual one. This is because of this refractive index of air that is equivalent to 1. So based on that, apparent shift in the direction of sun is about half degree. So that shifting is appear or illusioned by the half degree. And based on that half degree, it takes a 2 minutes of time, that is a difference between actual sunset and apparent sunset, that duration is 2 minutes. It means sunrise can be observed before 2 minutes of actual sunrise, and sunset can be observed after 2 minutes of actual sunrise by having that 2 degree angle between the horizon, from the horizon. So that apparent flattening of the sun at sunset and sunrise, that is due to the same phenomena. And this time duration we can observe, we can calculate based on the next example. Here it shows that the earth takes 24 hours to rotate once about its axis. How much time does the sun take to shift by 1 degree when viewed from the earth? So as we know, earth takes 24 hours to rotate, and while it is rotating, it covers 360 degree. So to change the position by the 1 degree, to shift by the 1 degree, it takes 4 minutes by having that 24 by 360. So it takes 4 minute time duration to shift the 1 degree. So as in the earlier example, it shows that apparent of sunrise and sunset, that is by having a half degree. So half degree will be available for 2 minutes. So that's why we can say that actual sunrise and apparent sunrise having a 2 minute difference, and actual sunset and apparent sunset having also the 2 minute difference. I hope you understood. Here we are going to end this session. Thank you.